I love that. I love that. I'm feeling woo too, you guys. I love when a crowd has good woo energy. I love it. I was performing in Lincoln, Nebraska a couple of weeks ago. They did not have a lot of woo energy. I'm not sure if it's just because the Huskers are bad or if it's because they live in fucking Lincoln, Nebraska. Their woo reserves were dangerously low. Not you guys. That's fantastic. I love that. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We know you have a lot of entertainment options here. Thank you for picking this one. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And while we're thinking about it, let's give a round of applause to the staff here at LA Comedy Club as well. Be sure to take care of them when the time comes. This is a fantastic night. You guys picked a great night to come out. You guys are here for the World Series of Comedy. Yes! Love your excitement. For those of you that didn't cheer, you'll cheer by the end. I'm assuming you don't know what the World Series of Comedy is. For those who don't know what the World Series of Comedy is, we are North America's largest traveling comedy competition. This past year, we've traveled to 12 different cities with 12 different comedy clubs, bringing 40 comedians into each city we went to. And it all culminates with this week here at the LA Comedy Club for our main event. We brought in 101 comedians to perform this week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys are only seeing 15 tonight. We're not going to make you watch all 101. That would be insane. We'd have to charge so much more for ticket prices. But since this is a competition, we do need your guys' help picking the winners who's going to advance later on this week. So you guys want to help us pick the winners this evening? You want to Of course you do. Everybody loves picking winners, especially in Vegas. So here's how you guys are going to do that. You guys are going to pull out your phones, open up your favorite browser, go to zippyvote.com, zippyvote.com. Sign up as an audience member. It's a free sign up. Fill out some basic information. For those of you that need the reminder, the information that you need to fill out that's most important is that you guys are in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is Monday, 4 p.m. That's the show you're voting for. Just in case anybody lost track of time, I almost said it was Wednesday, so I needed the reminder. Once you guys do that, we're going to vote for everybody on a scale from 1 to 5. Please be sure to vote for every comedian that you see tonight, otherwise we have to throw your votes out. Scale from 1 to 5. 5 is the best, 1 is the worst. A 5 means that you like the comedian so much that you would go home and watch their Netflix special if they had it. That's how much you like that comedian. And a 1 means that they were braver than you. They got on stage and said words into a microphone. That's a 1. A 1 means you wouldn't share your Netflix password with that comedian. How about that? For those still unclear, a 5 is like finding out your city's finally getting a professional sports team. And a 1 is it's a hockey team. A 5 is finding out your city is finally getting an NFL team. A 1 is it's the Raiders. That's the team you got. I think you guys got it now, and I think I figured out who the Vegas locals are. Okay. All right, everybody's on Zippy Vote. Everybody's ready to go. You guys ready to have a good time tonight? You ready to get the show going? All right, we should get to know each other real quick. Since I'm going to be hosting tonight, you're going to see a lot of me. My name is David Kalsgaard. Big news in my life. My wife and I are celebrating our 5-year wedding anniversary next week. Thank you for those who clapped. Everybody else? Sure hope you're still figuring out Zippy Vote. Yes. Or I get it that you might not be impressed of 5 years. I know not everybody is impressed at almost 5 years of marriage. I'm happy that we made it this far. So much so that I was telling a friend of mine how excited I was that we made it 5 years. And somebody who wasn't impressed, who I wasn't even talking to, leaned over and went, "Yeah, call me when you get to 7. That's when most of them fizzle out. It's like, oh wow, I'm really glad you left that out of your wedding toast, Dad. Would have bummed everybody out. I do like being married a lot. I like it a lot. My least favorite part about being married, though, is that I get asked about 100 times a week when I'm going to have kids. Don't ask young married couples that. Don't do it. I see some young couples in the room. I probably don't need to tell you guys. This is preaching to the choir. But then there are other people in this room who look like they'd be the type of people who would ask me when I'm going to have kids. Shut the fuck up. Why is that so important to you? Why do you need to know that? Why does that matter to you? Do you need proof that I'm having sex? Because that's all a baby is. It's a sex receipt. It's proof of sex. And if you guys want proof that I'm having sex, I don't need to have a baby. You can just sign up for my OnlyFans. My username is Missionary Impossible. I got a lot of Mormon subscribers to that one. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm David Cosgrove. Thanks for all being part of it tonight. Let's get the conversation. Real quick before I bring up your first competitor, though, these comedians, they've been working hard all year to prepare these jokes to perform in front of you guys tonight. You guys have only been an audience now for like 10 minutes, so I want to give you an opportunity to practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce myself the same way I'm going to introduce all the comedians on the show tonight. And I want you to show me the energy you're going to give each and every one of these comedians. Sound good? All right, so ladies and gentlemen from Omaha, Nebraska, put your hands together for David Cosgrove. Keep that up all night. Keep that up for your first comedian from Los Angeles, California. Make some noise for Kayla Hardy.
What's up? Don't worry, I'm sure there are more energetic comics on the lineup. We're just starting slow. I went on vacation to Belize. Thank you, one person believed me. Everyone else is like, this bitch can't afford vacation. Well, you're right, I couldn't on credit. So what? But anyways, I went to Belize and I went to this island and I wanted to go snorkeling when I was out there. And this tour guide was like, you gotta take my snorkeling tour. It's the best on the island. It's totally private. You don't have to deal with other people. And normally that would be perfect for me because I hate dealing with other people. But even I've got to admit, I kind of like snorkeling with other people. I like the big groups, I think it's more fun that way. I think it's more safe. Right? Because what if there's a shark? I don't want to be the only thing on the menu. It's like with my luck, the one time I looked like a snack is in the water. That's why I like big snorkeling groups. The bigger the better, you know what I mean? I want that shark to have plenty of options. I want that water looking like a Cheesecake Factory menu. I also like snorkeling with a lot of kids. I'm like, good. They splash a lot. Let them be the appetizers, you know what I mean? Too dark. Well, I'll lighten it up. I've been watching a lot of zombie movies lately. Because it was Labor Day. I don't know. Halloween's coming up. And every time I watch these movies, I'm always analyzing the main characters and wondering where these people are finding the will to live. Like, what makes them so motivated? Huh? Like, I get it, we're all programmed to survive, and in the beginning, you think it's gonna be better and you have hope. But when you've been dealing with a year of this shit, it's like your friends died, your wife died, your mother-in-law is still alive. It's like, what are you holding on to, bro? Just die. Give up. I mean, I know that I would give up right away. Okay, I'm the kind of person that gets their McDonald's delivered. I'm not going to make it. And I'm willing to admit that I'm too lazy to survive. So, how come only kids get to be adopted? Normalize adopting adults, am I right? It's like, I want to be adopted, because let's be honest, I know a lot of adults out there who are still getting help from their parents. I bet a lot of you guys are still helping pay some rent, right? But I get it. I'm not judging. The younger generations, they need help. I'm just saying. Someone, I feel it over there. I get it, It's like, look, see, I'm just saying, I want in on it, It's like people tell me, well, Kayla, why don't you just get a sugar daddy? Don't you think I've tried? But I just keep finding sugar substitutes. We call them stevia daddies. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was complaining to me about how she thinks men have everything easier in life, especially in the bedroom. She was like, I want to be the guy. I want to be the one that just sticks it in. And I was like, I don't know, bitch. I kind of like just lying there. I kind of really like it. I think that's a lot easier, and it's not because I'm lazy, not this time. No, this is because I'm out of shape. All right, well, thank you so much.
One more time for Kayla Hurley. Hop on Sippy Boat. Let us know what you thought of Kayla on that 1 to 5 scale. All right, guys, your next comedian comes to us from Brooklyn, New York. Make some noise for Daniel Saint.
I recently got vaccinated. Not because I wanted to. Like, I got vaccinated same way I did drugs. Everybody else was doing it. I read somewhere that over 5 billion people got vaccinated. I did drugs because of 5 people. Forgive me. I'm not a leader. I'm a follower. Because it works out for me. It's an even balance. Being a follower was the reason I went to college. And the reason I dropped out. The best thing about the pandemic is women lowered their expectations. They just wanted a guy with a clean bill of health. It felt good going on a date knowing. If I don't cough, this might go somewhere. Women believe so much in that vaccine. Seriously, women think when you get vaccinated, clear for everything. Seriously, I don't use condoms no more. Just show my vaccination card. Best part about being vaccinated is it makes me sound like I graduated from something. I was on a date the other day. A woman said, I just got my bachelor's in psychology. I'm going back for my master's. I said, I just got my Pfizer. I'm going back for my booster. Having trust the hospital. I went to the hospital for a broken hand. They said, while you're here, you want to take the free COVID and STD test? No, thank you. I came here with a broken hand. I like to leave with a broken hand. I had to go to a bunch of funerals, which I hate. I don't agree with anything they say. Like, we standing right in front of the casket. Someone's gonna go say he's in a better place. No, he's not. He's right here. I don't know where that better place is, but I'd rather go back to my apartment. The good thing is, I think I figured out a way to live longer while I was there. Police kept saying, the good die young, the good die young. That's when I decided, I'm gonna do something back today. Not tomorrow. So So I actually got into comedy because I was tired of going on job interviews. Job interviews are weird. Stupid people I think joke. I'm saying I'm qualified. They saying they gonna call. This is getting out of hand. And it wasn't even a great job. It was a job to be a janitor. And she gotta go ask me, what can I bring to the company? I'm thinking, does this lady want me to bring my broom? I love traveling and doing comedy, and the thing I don't like about comedy is people always think I'm joking. Like I did a show the other day in New York, it went well. It's a beautiful woman in the audience. She said, Daniel, can I have your autograph? I said, my autograph? You can have my baby. So, give it up for the government. I tell you, marijuana is almost legalized in every place.
Yeah.
You can get a carton of cigarettes, you get alcohol and marijuana if you're 21, which clearly means the government must think 21 is the perfect age to screw your life up. That's my time, y'all. Thank you.
Give it all for Daniel Sims. All for him on Zippy Road. I wonder how many comedians into the show we'll get before one of them puts the mic back in the stand. All right, guys, your next comedian comes to us from New York, New York. Make some noise for Carlos Gasperi.
Thank you. I allow myself Carlos or Carlos if I'm trying to be annoying. I was actually born and raised in Venezuela. My dad's Venezuelan, my mom's American. So I'm the type of guy you hire if you want a more diverse workplace, but you still want it to look the same. I have one sibling whose name is also Carlos. It's actually true. It's because my parents are innovators, especially my dad, Carlos. It's also true. It's actually a pretty common thing in Venezuela for all the children in the family to share the same narcissistic father. My American mom, she got to name the dog, and no, it's not Carlos. It's Charlie. It's English for Carlos. I have a girlfriend, in my opinion, and it's good. I was a very anxious dater. Actually didn't make a move into the fourth or the fifth date, right? And she tells me now that in hindsight she thought I might have been gay back then. And that's what I don't get, right? Like, as straight guys, if we're too aggressive or creepy, if we're too passive or gay, I think the trick is to be somewhere in the middle, just a little creepy and gay. She was like, yeah, you keep making jokes about your sexuality. And I was like, yeah, I make jokes about my sexuality because I'm confident in my sexuality. She goes, or you're not confident in your sexuality. You're making jokes to cope with that. You're funny. I'm older than my girlfriend. I'm older than her. And a few days ago, she said something very kinky during sex. She said, this pussy is yours. And I know I'm getting older because I've never been so excited about owning property before. I mean, it's true what they say, right? It really is so much better than renting. Just don't know if I want to deal with all the maintenance costs. You know? I actually decided a few weeks ago that I want to quit my job to pursue comedy a little bit more seriously. I've been a software engineer for 10 years, and I sat down and I tried to think about the next 10 years, and I was like, I'm just not excited about it at all. What's the best possible case, right? I quit, I start a company, become somebody like Jeff Bezos, the money, the power, but this person's so tone deaf, so out of touch, right? The last black neighborhood he's been to is space. So I decided to quit. My manager was so supportive. He was like, that's great, you're following your passion, but just be careful. He warned me, he's like, follow your passion, it'll become your job, and then, you'll start liking less. And I'm like, I think there's some truth to that. At the same time, like, I don't know, I've never seen a guy quit his day job to become like a professional skydiver, and then he puts on the wingsuit, one of those wingsuits, jumps off the plane, and he's like, fucking this again, dude. Like, this fucking sucks, dude. I don't know. I get it's a privilege though, to just be like stand up one day and be like, oh, I'm just gonna like quit my job to do something completely different, right? I mean, it's a privilege, right? And I think it's sort of new in history that this many people can choose to do this. Like, rewind, like, I don't know, like 800 years ago, you think Mongolian Emperor Genghis Khan was ever like talking to his warlord buddy, like, yeah, man, all this raping and pillaging, I just don't know if it's for me, you know? Like, I'm only in this because my dad was a dick. I guess I am. I've been pretty good at it, you know? I should just be more grateful, be more worse. Try meditating. So yeah, my buddy that lives in San Francisco, he told me they have these sex parties that are also potlucks. They're expected to like bring lasagna, and the people that eat lasagna, they have sex and eat lasagna. I'm not really sure how it works, but this is an impression of me at a sex party that is also a potluck. Sarah! Hey Sarah! Could you heat me up a bowl of couscous? Yeah, bring the beans. No, not the beans. The beans. Wait, they're over? Man, this orgy's really eat or be eaten. Oh, who made the cobbler? Oh, Greg made the cobbler. You don't know Greg? Sarah, Greg. Good job, Greg. All right, thank you guys.
Give it all one more time for Thomas Gray. Vote for him on Zippy Vote. Your next comedian comes to us from Markham, Illinois. Make some noise for Robert Kane.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Robert Kane, Heron. It's my real name. I'm named after 2 Schedule 1 narcotics. Cocaine and heroin. I'm the youngest of 15 brothers and sisters. I'm born in the 80s. They call us crack babies. Got all these drug references, but I'm not a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? But I am a weed smoker. But let me tell y'all how I found out my brothers was on drugs, right? So I was 8 years old. And I tell y'all I'm the youngest of 15. So my brothers is 28, 38, 48. I got grandbrothers. I got great grandbrothers, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know my grandbrother was on drugs. And let me tell y'all, I was 8. I loved dancing with my brother. I loved dancing with him all the time. And I went in his room and I'm dancing with him. And this is a true story, I had to get my stomach pumped. So I'm in his room dancing to the song called Percolate. We used to dance like that, Percolate. Yeah, Chicago was Percolator, you know what I'm saying? I'm with my brother, I'm 8 years old, Percolator. And my brother, he dancing to the same song. Percolator. Percolator. I just think he having fun with me. I'm dancing with him, he dancing with me. Percolator. Percolator, percolator, percolator. I got thirsty, right? Got a little hungry, and I took off his dresser what I thought was candy. Pop two up.
Oh no.
I didn't know they was crack rocks. Do you know how incredible the Incredible Hulk is? When you ate and you popped 2 crack rocks? Do you know how amazing Spider-Man is? When you ate and you popped 2 crack rocks. I was going to the bathroom, take a shower, jag off, throw my cum to the wall and catch it. Yeah! 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 I'm 8, what was I supposed to do? I'm just playing, I did it this morning. I'm married, my wife is so beautiful. Woo, she a Maypop like a couple of y'all women in here. I know y'all know what Maypops is, but let me tell you what a Maypop is. If you dated somebody and they like you way more than you like them, and that motherfucker may pop up on your ass, a stalker, you ever have a stalker? You ain't never have a stalker? I'm a Maypopper. My wife is so beautiful, I popped up on her. I don't care where she go. She go to the bathroom. I'm gonna sit on the toilet tissue and hand her squares. Who in here? I dedicate this show to my brother. He passed away. Just buried him this weekend. But look though, don't feel sorry for me. You know, he was older. He lived a good life. But the problem was the pastor was also the undertaker. So I'm like, is he saving us for hell or sending us to hell? I don't know what he doing. Hey, y'all, just do me a favor. Y'all follow me on www.RobertKENT. That's been my time. Thank you.
Keep it going for Robert K. Like how we called the comedians out for not putting the mic back in the mics in, not 2 in a row of them. Let's keep that streak going. Your next comedian comes to us from Asheville, North Carolina. Make some noise for Ryan Gordon.
So I'm moving to my own place recently for the first time. You know, my grandparents, they lived in a single wide trailer. My dad, he grew up in a single wide trailer. I just moved into a double wide trailer. It's called generational wealth, baby. My kids might trickle on down to a triple wide. I grew up near the biggest house in the whole country. It's called the Biltmore House. The only time I've ever been was in elementary school on a field trip. And I thought it was really cool. They took a bunch of young kids. They showed us if we work really hard, save all our money, invest in NFTs, sell pictures of our b-holes, that one day we too can afford a ticket to get into that fucking place. They want us to pay $100 to come look at their big ass house. How about they give me $100 and I don't shit in that indoor pool? How are you gonna build such a grotesque display of income inequality and then charge people to come look at it? At least Pablo Escobar did something good with his money. He built a zoo. They got wine tastings. How about a cocaine tasting? We can justify that price tag a little bit. I was in band when I was younger. I got inspired because this guy would come to our school and he would play different tools as musical instruments. You know that band Tool that only plays musical instruments? Imagine the complete opposite. My grandparents went to school with the guy, and they were like, that's what happens when you take too much acid. I was like, damn, I should take too much acid. Because that dude is awesome. He could play Stairway to Heaven and build it at the same time. It was super confusing though, because then I thought every tool was a musical instrument. Another time this guy came in with a chainsaw and he started making the most elegant wood sculpture of Dale Earnhardt you've ever seen. But all I could think was, damn, this song sucks. 5 hours of racket? What is this, a Grateful Dead concert? Man, I used to know this guy, and his grandma had cancer, which was a bad deal. But he used to steal her painkillers and sell them to us for $5, which was a much better deal. I remember one day he tried to raise the price to $7. I looked at him and I said, I hope your grandma gets better. I saw him a little while later. He said his grandma made a full recovery. I said, that's what you get. That's what you get. I have two brothers though. I'm the middle child. My older brother used to work at Walgreens. We called him the Wolf of Walgreens. My uncle gave me a job at his law firm. My little brother gave me the nickname the Fresh Prince of Welfare. It's like I have my very own Uncle Phil. My cousin, we used to call him What's the Big Deal? Which of course is short for What's the Big Deal? It's just a misdemeanor. And he was able to grow out of that nickname by becoming more mature and a felon. You know, there's a stereotype that people from the South are uneducated, and it's true. My brothers and I, we all dropped out of college. My older brother went to college at Appalachian State for 1 year, and he was so moved by the experience that he named his son Boone after the town. I was like, dude, that's like if I had a son and I just named him Crestview Recovery Center.
Give it up for Ryan Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. Zipping Vote, let us know what you thought of Ryan. You guys voted out on Zipping Vote are not the only ones who are helping us pick the winners this evening. We have some industry judges from all over the country who are helping judge tonight. Let's meet them right now. We have from the Funny Farm Comedy Club in Youngstown, Ohio, Dave Robich. Give Dave a round of applause. We have from Gubby's Comedy Club in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the owner of Powerhouse Entertainment, Dennis Tooley. Representing the Mic Drop in San Diego and Laughs Unlimited in Sacramento, California, the owner of both those, Hillary Hudson. And sitting next to Hillary, we have representing Big Pine Comedy Festival, Madeline Wilson. Give Madeline a applause. Thank you guys for helping us pick the winners. Thank you for coming along on Zipping Vote. All right, you guys ready to keep the show moving? You ready for your next comedian? All right, from Lemon Grove, California, make some noise for Lisa Gilbert.
Hello, hello. At 44 years old, I got married, and then I got pregnant on my honeymoon. With triplets. I know, like a Groupon is what I got. Kind of like the bundle. So now I'm 55, and my kids are 10, and I'm tired. I'm so tired. Look, I'm so tired. I walk into any medical procedure that you get to lay down. Root canal, colonoscopy, I don't care. I'll take it all. I'm at the doctor's every month. I got nothing going on. I got my feet up in the stirrups. I bring my box wine. I'm ready. First sonogram appointment, my husband was not there with me, and I'm laying on the table, and the nurse, she starts to do the exam. She gets this look on her face. I said, hey, what's going on? And she's like, well, I think that you have 3 in there. I said, well, I think you better shut up. And she was like, no, ma'am, we are not allowed to make jokes like that in here, and I'm going to need to go and get a supervisor. So she left the room. I called my husband. I'm like, honey, guess what? We made triplets. He was like, wait, what? Are they all mine? Kids are great. I have 2 identical twin boys and a girl. People ask me all the time, are all my kids identical? It's a stupid question. No, the one with the vagina is not identical to the 2 with the peni, or the penis. I don't know what the plural is. They're not identical. They're great though. I'm enjoying being a mom. My kids are amazing. Like, they're teaching me so much as a parent. Like, your kids teach you so much. Like, right now, my kids are teaching me how to be a liar. Yeah, because I'm sitting at home, I'm on the couch, watching TV, and the kids are like, hey mom, what are we gonna do today? And I'm like, this is it. I got an old mom, that's not your fault. They're like, well, do you think maybe we can go to the park today? No. No, we can't go to the park today. The park is broken. My husband and I are also teaching our kids a lot. We are. I overheard a conversation that my husband had with one of my boys. He got up in the morning at attention. My son. Right? A little hard on people. And he ran to my husband to give him a good morning hug, and my husband's like, hey. Son, you can't just be running up on people with that thing. I'm in the back of the house yelling, you should take your own advice! Also teaching my kids the right names to body parts. But for so many years, you teach them all the other words and all the other names. It's important, right? This is the problem when you do that. They want to talk about it all the time, everywhere. Case in point, I'm talking one with my daughter hand in hand. And she looks up at me and she says, hey, Mom, you got a vagina. And then she pats it. And then she says just a little bit louder, and I got a vagina too! I said, this is good, Zoe, but maybe we don't want to talk about this in the church lobby. I had friends that had kids the same time I did and complained about how hard it was. I'm sorry for you folks that have one kid. Just 3 is just harder than 1. Like, let's start at the beginning. Breastfeeding. Ha! We're outnumbered. I had to use like a lazy Susan. Just. Mine is easy to go, but you guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for her. Good before. All right, guys, your next comedian comes to us all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. Make some noise for Jimmy McMurray. All right, Monday night, how we feeling? Make some noise. All right, good to be out the house, man. I also just had my second kid recently. All right, never mind. I got a little bit of love from this side of the room. This side of the room, what's up? Just fuck my second kid? I agree. I went to a gender reveal party this weekend. You guys ever go to a gender reveal party? Stupidest shit ever. Right? Like, if you're gonna do a gender reveal, at least put it on the same day as the baby shower. Like, don't make me act like I give a fuck twice. Right? And also, I think they're kind of jumping the gun on the celebration, right? Like, it's 2022, the gender could change. Right? We haven't even given this child a chance to negotiate yet, right? That's why if I'm at your gender reveal, I'm gonna be in the back, and when you pop the balloon, they're like, it's a boy, I'll be like, yeah, for now. Right? But I'm from Las Vegas, so I have a lot of trans friends. I love my trans friends. It's tight. Recently in Vegas last year, the first ever trans woman won a beauty pageant, right? I thought that was tight, yeah. I wasn't shocked. Like, my first reaction wasn't like, oh my God, a trans woman won a beauty pageant. Like, my first thought as a dad was like, damn, that's gotta be embarrassing for the parents of the losers. Right? It's like, damn, baby girl having a hard day today. She just lost to the homie. You know what I mean? Be over there looking at the judges, pissed, like, really, dude, really? Her over my daughter, really? But nah, can't complain. My house life's good. I got me, 2 kids, my wife. We're having problems now. We got a dog in the house, though, right?
just 135-pound, ugly, beast-faced, Rottweiler-looking thing. You know, I hate that I have to describe my mother-in-law that way. You shaking her head, right? So she doesn't like me either. It's okay. She's a Middle Eastern immigrant from Lebanon, so she thinks I'm just the brokest white man in America, right? That's why she doesn't like me. She thinks I'm with my wife for her money, and the reason I don't like her is because she's the only person in my life that's fucking on to me, bro. Right? That's when I get in trouble. Right? Telling the truth, that's when I get in trouble, right? We left a surprise party the other day that my wife's friend's husband threw for her. So we left, my wife was looking at me like, Jimmy, how come you've never thrown me a surprise party? And I just told her the truth. I was like, you don't have enough friends for me to throw you a surprise party, right? And I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay? My wife's always the loudest one in the room. My circle's small. I don't fuck with fake people. Right? I'm like, that's cool, I respect that. But part of that is you don't get to have a surprise party. Right? If 2 of your friends can't make it, I gotta cancel the whole shit. Right? But that's my flaw. My wife has flaws. My wife sucks at giving gifts, right? Which sucks because I'm great at giving gifts. Like I mentioned, she's Middle Eastern. So for Christmas, I got her this whole laser hair removal therapy thing, right? That was a great gift, bro. Right? I know what you guys are thinking, like bikini line? No, sideburns, right? I can't have my wife walking around looking like a blues brother, right? And I asked her, I was like, what'd you get me for Christmas? She got me a gift card to a website called Blue Apron, right? I don't know if you've heard of it. I've never heard of it. She goes, it's cool. It's a website you go on, and then you pick the meals that you want to cook, right? She goes, and then they send you the ingredients. She goes, it sounds dope, right? And I was like, bitch, it sounds like you got me groceries for Christmas. Right? I was like, what kind of internet Korean barbecue is this, dude? Gotta cook it myself. You guys been to Korean barbecue? It's a scam. Who goes to dinner to cook their own shit? It's like they charge you for a stove rental fee. Right? I went, I had no idea, ordered this food. They brought me out this big ass plate of raw meat. I thought they were just showing it to me. I was like, yeah, that's what I ordered. Right? And they were like, no, you gotta cook it yourself. I was like, bro, what kind of dictator created this business model? I was like, you need to call that shit North Korean barbecue. Right? Thanks, appreciate it. But they got a cool thing at Korean barbecue though. You order your food and they bring out your plate. It comes with a QR code. You scan it on your phone and you get to meet the dog that you're about to eat. Which is, oh, come on. Like, oh shit, this is a grass-fed Labrador. This is a free-range retriever. Hey, you guys are great. I'm doing it better. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Give it up for Jimmy McMurray. Yeah. Let us know about Jimmy on Zippy Vote. All right, your next comedian from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Put your hands together for Ronnie Fleming.
I think we can all agree it's been a pretty normal last couple years, right? Pretty standard. We all saw this coming, right? Sometimes I imagine going back in time and telling myself all this taking place. Like, okay, get this. We had a worldwide pandemic, all right? Bill Cosby went to jail, got out of jail. Everybody hates Ellen, all right? The Raiders moved to Vegas, and everybody's got monkeypox. I would be like, oh my God, you're telling me I'm bald? You guys ever think about like advice you would give your younger self? Do you guys ever do that? I think I would just tell myself to slow down, you know? Like, that's pretty good advice. Just like slow down during sex. You're doing it way too fast. It's not an action movie, okay? It's a psychological thriller. It's not the movie Speed, it's the movie Seven, right? What's in the box? Opportunity is in the box, all right? Speaking of which, I just got through a breakup right now, and it's going okay, you know. I'm getting pretty good advice. This guy followed me after a show recently. He's like, yo, funny man, you know how you get over a breakup? Pussy. And I don't know why he called me that. for some fights, you know? My ex and I, we were in a COVID relationship. We met during quarantine. You know, we got our shots together. That was our first trip. I was a little bit nervous about getting it. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was nervous because I'd never gotten the COVID vaccine before. Thank you. So we go to this CVS and ask the guy there, I'm like, hey man, you're like a healthcare professional. Well, it's like when you got the shot, right? This guy gives me the shot and he's like, I ain't putting that shit in my arm. I was like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, I ain't putting a foreign body in my body. So I got vaccinated by an anti-vaxxer. How'd you guys do it, huh? I was like, dude, how'd you get this job? He was like, Indeed.com. I was like, the online job website? He was like, Indeed. Getting vaccinated by an anti-vaxxer, it's like you're about to jump out of a plane, you know? And you ask your instructor, you're like, hey, you've done a few of these before, right? And he's like, are you crazy? I have a family. So I don't really know like what I'm looking for now. You know, I'm talking to two different women right now. One is 9 years older than me, and one is 9 years younger than me. And the communication styles are totally different. You know, like she's on Snapchat, the other's on a rotary phone. But I figured out what I'm looking for. I think I want one of those horoscope girls. You know, like the women that are like really into astrology. Because if they can believe in that, they might believe in me. It's just tough because I'm like, you know, I'm still kind of getting over this relationship. She and I we were in love, you know, we were thinking about the future, we were trying. You know, she wanted a boy, I wanted a girl. And that's the thing, you know, it's just like always been like my dream to have a threesome. Some dreams die. You know? That's the thing, I'm in my 30s now. I'm either having a kid or I'm having a threesome. It's just, I'm just looking for another mouth to feed. Young people are nodding right there, okay. Nice, right? So my name is Ronnie, just went through a breakup. So I'm a football earlier, I'm a big football fan. I'm excited. Opening day of football is pretty good. I don't know if you guys watch any of these games. I do this every time opening day of football. I text my buddy. I'm like, dude, nice sack. He's like, which game you watching? I'm like, there's a game on? I used to play football as a kid. I saw the craziest thing I've ever seen playing football. I saw a guy on my team get hit so hard that he pooped his pants in front of everybody. Our coach didn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know, guys, go run some laps, right? So we're running laps. But looking back, this kid's dad is there just spraying him down with a hose. Just one of those magical father-son moments you always read about, right? The day your dad stops loving you. So that was a fun poop joke, I think. And, but yeah, like I said, I'm a single guy, and people think like, you know, you do comedy, you must like get hit on all the time. That doesn't happen ever, you know. However, I did this show with this college once, and this woman touched my butt after my set, and I was so flattered, I didn't care that she stole my wallet. You guys have been a really fun audience. That was my show. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Here we go for round 20. On Zippy Vote, your next comedian from Northridge, California. Make some noise for Joel Brill.
My mom's in her 90s, and she's going really strong. Every time I talk to her, she's got a new man in her life. I'm like, Mom, where do you meet all these guys? She said, there's a website for people my age. It's called carbondating.com. For those of you who didn't get that joke, let me just tell you this. My son gets that joke, and he's an idiot. It's good to be here standing in front of you. My age, it's just good to be standing. My little granddaughter called me this morning. She was so excited. She's like, Papa, I made it through the night without breaking the bed. And I was thinking, wow, what a coincidence. Do you ever notice when you talk to older people, sometimes, people my age, we seem confused? It's because you younger people have changed the meaning of words we've used our whole lives. I mean, to me, a hacker is somebody with bronchitis. Something goes viral, you need to see a doctor. Friends with benefits? It's just a friend with Social Security and Medicare. Banging on the side. I recently lost well over 100 pounds. I'm sure some of you can relate. I was on every single diet out there at least 2 or 3 times. Hell, I've been on and off Jenny Craig more than her husband has. My wife, who I lovingly refer to as my little dream killer, she said, maybe Ann Johnson lost 40 pounds, just seen a therapist. You should see a therapist. Besides, you're always acting angry. One, I'm not acting. So I'm seeing a therapist. She's frustrated with me. We're halfway through a session and she's like, oh my God. Okay, let's try something different. If you could do it over, would you marry your wife again? I said, no. She said, what if that meant you wouldn't have the same kid you had today? I was like, this game just keeps getting better and better. When my wife got COVID, she immediately went into our spare bedroom upstairs and quarantined. And I would bring food and leave it at the door and then go running back down the stairs real fast. And this went on for like 3 or 4 days, and I never saw her. And then I got COVID. And my doctor said, well, the good news is, neither one of you need to wear masks anymore. She can come back downstairs and we can be together. I said, I will donate to your favorite charity if you say she needs to stay up there. He told me, make sure you drink plenty of fluids. I'm like, what else can you drink? A cup of soup. He told me to limit my sodium intake. After that, I'm taking this advice with a grain of salt. I mean, seriously, have you ever tried to make a margarita with Mrs. Dash? My friend Murray has Parkinson's disease, and he's doing really well, but he's got the head tremors. And before you all get all tweaked out that I'm going to tell a joke about a person with a handicap disease, I gotta tell you, Murray loves this joke. And mostly because it's true. He's my best friend, we're really close. Sometimes I don't want to be that close to him, like when he's got a drink in his hand. Or at the urinal. With a drink in his hand. Man, that is a huge splash zone, and you don't know where that spray's coming. Our little grandkids play soccer together. We're at a game one day. I'm standing there with Murray, and I'm looking around. I'm like, dude, your head's really freaking the little kids out. Can you do something about it? Murray put his hand in his pocket. Murray's court date is next Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, you get a little slice of heaven. I'm told you.
Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. Go forward, Joel. All right, your next comic comes from Brooklyn, New York. Put your hands together for Jamel Surley.
What's going on? I know what you're thinking. Is this black guy Indian? Or is this Indian guy black? I'm racially ambiguous, which means that everyone looks at me like they're trying to read something real far away. Pisses some people off, it's okay. I had a single mom growing up, so there's only one type of hair product you can use, and it's filled with cherry blossom. So that's why the curls are busting like this. I don't know if you noticed that. This is good to be here. I grew up in Florida. I'm starting to learn a lot about myself now that I moved out. Did you guys know Florida has the 50th ranked public school system? That's the lowest, actually, out of 50. So it's pretty bad. As I get older, I started to realize these things. Like, My math teacher used to ride the bus with us to school in the morning. And you know what kind of financial situation you gotta be in to take that bus on the way to work? Devastating. And I feel bad. I feel like, I don't know if there's any teachers in here, but I feel like you guys definitely need to get paid more. Definitely need to get paid more. Because you got teachers in the same level of poverty trying to help kids that are on the same level as them. This makes no sense. Don't make no sense at all. Kids acting out in school, teachers pull them aside. Hey, listen, you've been acting strange lately. What's going on? Well, to be honest, Mr. Johnson, light bills are due, mom's not really around, there's no food in the fridge. Damn, me too. You wanna smoke weed about it? I mean, I can't really help you. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, brother. My teachers used to have side hustles, stuff like that. Like one time in class, math class, kid walks out with a headlight. I was like, man, where'd you get that? He was like, oh, you didn't know? Miss Lake's selling used car parts outside class. My mom got this whole new headlight. I was like, these are brats. There's a lot of white people here. It's okay if I make fun of you now? It's a black comedian's kind of my job. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with white people. I'll be honest with you. I know. Love because you guys have so many activities. So you guys plan everything, so many fun things to do. Those also happen to be like the most dangerous things you can do with your free time. Extreme sports, skydiving, base jumping. Why do you guys do those things? I figured it's because there's not a lot of danger in your real life, so look forward to your recreational activities. Like, oh man, we might die this time. We might really... Black people, we don't have that at all. We don't have that. Our most dangerous sports are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and every other day of the week. I'll tell you what, my cousin called me. He was like, look, man, I need to get a job, but this is not working out. Like, these white people out to get me. I was like, no, you didn't finish your degree. But that's beside the point. So I need you guys' help. I'm gonna try to find some white people phrases to add to his vocabulary. To help him out. This is good. Okie dokie, is that a good one? Super duper. That's one of my favorites. Be there in a jiff. I like that one. I'm calling the police. How about that one? You know, you say all the time. Okay. I'm actually from Liberia, West Africa. I don't know what somebody clapped in the back. You don't know where that is. Yeah. Small country, history lesson. It was actually founded by freed slaves coming from America, which also means that when white people say go back to Africa, it's because it worked one time. So it worked! Listen, you guys have been fantastic. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Nelson, one more time. AMAZEBALLS. All right. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? You want to give a shout out? As you are. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Make some noise for Yoshi.
So excited to be here. As you guys can tell by my outfit, I'm killing it. I'm a proud immigrant. I have a job, I have a mortgage. I have a white gardener. It's the immigrant American dream. His name is Toby. But I call him Kunta Kinte. Pretty good at cleaning my roots. And despite all that success, my parents are still not proud of me. My father came to this country, started out as a janitor, and he's now the longest tenured professor at his university. And I do this for gas money and tater tots. Last year I made 6 figures, 4 before the decimal and 2. I recently told my father that I was doing comedy, and he's like, you are telling me you want to make people laugh. Joke, is this what you want to do with your life? As you guys can tell, my father's Irish. He's not Irish, he's just not proud of my American dreams. Because I'm like LaCroix African. You can find me like at a Costco. I'm watered down, I'm gentrified. You know what I mean? My father is like Pellegrino African, refined. You can find him like probably in your emails asking you about your bank accounts. Is that African? I am original Black, so I'm African. My wife is Arab, so she's hummus white. And together we have 3 mixed kids that are Mexicans. Like no one tells you how hard it is to raise mixed kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Lenny Kravitz put out an album on how to do it. You have to figure this out on your own. And currently we're teaching my youngest one, Spicy, that's what I call him, how to use the potty, right? And number 1 is like easy, right? He's a boy, just point, aim, and piss. Prepare, put some Cheerios in there. Just point, aim, and piss. All he needs is weapons of this destruction, okay? But number 2 is a little bit harder. So my son, he's in there, he's taking care of business, and then I go in there like a proud papa, like, all right, let's get ready to wipe this dookie, son. And then my son, he wipes. He looks at the evidence, looks at me, looks at the evidence, looks at me. It's like, Daddy, this looks like you. How do I make this a teachable moment? Well, son, just keep wiping until it looks like your mom. It looks like Wesley Snipes. You're gonna keep wiping. It looks like Drake. At least you started from the bottom, and now you're here. So, yeah. Here's the thing. Like every time my father comes to visit me, we always have this conversation. Son, I want you to go back to Africa. Nah, I'm not going back. Here's the thing about Africa. Like the worst thing about Africa is like warlords. And I've watched enough Leonardo DiCaprio movies, so I don't want anything to do with that. The worst thing about America is like racism. I'll take racist over warlords any day of the week. Any day of the week. Because here's the thing. I used to work at a Starbucks, and I remember telling this white lady that I was from Africa. And she's like, how do shirts still on you, honey? Whoa. I definitely spit her espresso. That's just reparations on the rocks, okay? But like black people aren't any better. I tell black people I'm from Africa, they're like, that's the wrong place. We don't do that there. That's Chicago. Oh my God, you guys have been amazing after the ocean. Thank you guys.
One more time for Yoshi. On Zippo. You guys having a good time today? You guys enjoying the show so far? Oh, if you guys want a memento for how much fun you've been having tonight, we'll be selling shirts after the show in the lobby. This is the official 101 Comics t-shirt from the main event of the World Series of Comedy, which is what you're watching tonight. All the comedians who have been here this weekend on the back of this shirt. Pick one of these up. Maybe one of these guys will become famous someday. Maybe he's doing heavy lifting in that sentence, but maybe. We'll be selling them out there after the show. Just stop by, say hi, even if you don't buy anything, we like talking to you. All right, you ready to keep the show moving? You ready for your next comedian? All right, from Coronado, California, put your hands together for Jim Gallagher.
All right, look. I'm not saying I'd ever kill my teenage daughter, but here's exactly how I'll do it. I'll wait until she's sitting with her phone, and I'll put a sandwich just out of her reach, and she'll starve to death. I'm not a people person. I'm so introverted that I find it physically painful to be around others, except my wife and daughter, and that's really hard on my son. I am so frustrated. I've reached the age where parts of my body just randomly stop working. Last week I woke up, my foot didn't work. My wife said, you must have slept on it wrong. You know, the best part of being married is you're constantly learning new things about yourself. Apparently, I can even do things wrong while I sleep. I have 3 ruptured discs in my back. When we go shopping, my wife will literally park me on the bench at the front of the store with the elderly men waiting. Usually 4 or 5 of us sitting there, 1 prostate between us. Collectively, we're 73% of a corpse. Shopping, that's my wife's vice. My vices are all related to my lack of impulse control. Like, I love to play blackjack. Not to brag. I once came to Vegas in an $80,000 BMW, went home in a $450,000 Greyhound bus. If that game were called 22, I'd still have 2 kidneys. I'm absolutely addicted to Reese's peanut butter cups. I can't shovel them into my face fast enough. So now I make them into a sandwich. Bottom cup, 3 mini cups, top cup. Little something I like to call never gonna meet the grandkids. Saw the quarterbacks of this thing yesterday. You know, it's main event, I'm not leaving anything to chance. Except I can't read it without my glasses. Spent my entire career working in an office building. I was in marketing in a movie studio, and when I made trailers, I only used the best parts of the movie. Because marketing shows the good, not the bad. It's the same reason that Nike ads feature Serena Williams wearing the shoes, and not an 8-year-old Vietnamese boy making them. You know, Nike's slogan ought to be, we don't care that your little hands hurt, just do it. After 25 years in Hollywood, I finally retired. Well, some people say I retired. Some people say I got fired and burned every bridge in town. And the only difference between those 2 statements is marketing. I was born and raised in a state of Delaware, desperately in need of marketing. I don't even think most people knew Delaware existed before it was the home of the president. That 2020 election, the best thing that ever happened to the state. I swear to God. I mean, think about it. A man from Delaware, Joe Biden, he inspired 81 million Americans to rush into a voting booth and go, fine. Delaware's like that shy young woman in a party. Feels invisible because she's standing near a super hot girl. But in Delaware's case, the super hot girl is West Virginia. You know what most people knew about Delaware before Biden was that famous painting from the Revolution, Washington crossing the Delaware? Commemorates that moment that George Washington got the fuck out of Delaware. He was so desperate, he bought standing room only in a rowboat to New Jersey. All right, time for me to get the fuck out of here. I'm Jim Gallagher. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Jim Gallagher, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Gallagher. Vote for him on the Zippy vote. All right, your next comedian comes to us from Indianapolis, Indiana. Put your hands together for Emmanuel T.
I am in an odd place in my life. I just turned 34 recently, and I was hoping some things would change. One, I was hoping I would get just a little bit taller. And if that is like a big deal to you, that lets me know you've never been to Six Flags, paid full price, and only been able to ride the merry-go-round. A few other things I was hoping would happen. I was convinced I would hit age where I would stop looking like a female. I can either 16-year-old boy or 18-year-old bush lesbian. the other day I was asked, oh my God, are you in transition? Because you look fabulous. First of all, you're my doctor. You just gave me a physical. And I know I should have been mad, but he did say I look fabulous, and I needed that day. But some big news in my life, I just got engaged recently. Like, she's not here, but fine. But I am so glad to be out of the dating game because in my single days, I signed up for Match.com because I know I'm not evenly pretty. Like, have you seen those ads that come find me? Spoiler, you can't. They're not on there. STRAT. But I'm also not desperate enough for thin fish, you know? That's where you go when you've given up and lower your standards and start saying things like, I mean, she don't need both of us. I'm just being picky. Like a profile I came across was this woman named Shiny, spelled She Nasty. I wish I was making that up. Shiny has 11 kids, and they are more of a galaxy, but whatever. And I'm a glass half full type of guy. 11 kids, they're about my size, and in the end, we have a game of basketball plus a subtle. Also, if the ex-boyfriends come around and they look a little questionable, I can just blend in with the kids. You may think that's called being a punk, I call it surviving. But I feel like the main reason why I had so much trouble, I look 16. I know they see my profile and say, I know a setup for how to catch a predator when I see you. But a little more about me. I come from a big family. We have 6 kids altogether. 6 kids, 1 income, mainly because my dad was not around. And it's not because he didn't want to be, it's just, prison has these rules. But whatever. To help with money, I got my first job at Chuck E. Cheese when I was about 16. It was an okay job, except for the people. People kind of suck. And I only say that because imagine doing this every time you go to work. This game made my token. I don't have things for my prize. Where's Chucky? And those are the adults. But it was a good job up until the day I had to eat in the Chucky suit. Because at 16, I realized I was the height of your average 8-year-old. And I don't know what it was about this day in particular. I'm not sure it's because I'm short, so I'm less terrifying, or when I walk, I have a limp to me. So it kind of looks like I was caught in a mousetrap. Kids can smell weakness. But whatever the reason was, every little kid decided, I'm gonna face my fears, I'm gonna fight Chucky. And they tell you in training, don't fight the kids. Don't fight the kids. Do not fight the kids. Which means at one point in time, you are gonna wanna fight a little kid. And those little assholes will take you there. So I'm in the suit doing the dance, and I see this little kid coming at me. And not in the give me a hug type of way. And before he gets to me, I may or may not have popped out his face. And if I would have stopped right there, probably could have got away with it. But I began to follow him to the ground, and I mushed him. Not a lot, but enough to show my dominance. And I also whispered so only he could hear me. Sleep in your nightmares. That is how you put a kid in therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. My name is
Manual team, ladies and gentlemen. Your next comment comes to us from Highland Mills, New York. Make some noise for Nancy Levine.
It's freaking hot in here. I don't know how you guys are putting up with this shit. Oh my God. I'm hot as hell. Oh, sorry, I remember. It's the menopause. Anybody else here going through menopause? How about you ladies? No. Okay, all right, okay. For those of you who haven't experienced it yet, spoiler alert, menopause sucks. And I don't even know why they call it menopause. I've been going through it for 2 years straight. Not one pause. And every morning it's the same thing. It's like a game show. Will Nancy be a medium, a large, or will she just take this tablecloth, wrap it around her ass, and call it a day? And And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, along comes this one. Vaginal dryness. And no, that's not the name of a punk rock band. That's what happens to you during menopause. Oh, it's a desert down there. My husband doesn't have this problem. No, he's got the opposite problem. How do I put this delicately? He's got moist matzo balls. I don't know why they're so moist. It's not like he uses them to do push-ups. Apparently, even though he sits at a desk for a living, his balls sweat like he's a power forward for the Lakers. Despite all this, I decided to do something nice for him. So I went and got myself a Brazilian. Yeah. For those of you who don't know well, some of the men look confused. Okay, some of the men look confused. No, I didn't go out and adopt a small child from South America. Some of the men still look confused. Okay, here it is. It's when you have all the hair removed from your nether regions. All the hair. All of it. Everything. Okay, some of the men are still confused. My pussy's bald now, sir, okay? And to remove it, they had somebody called a wax specialist. Wax specialist. I guess that sounds better than fucking sadist. So what she does is she puts wax all over my lady parts, and then she rips the wax off. And why do I do this? I mean, I'm a human. I deserve to have hair on my body. Right, ladies? Right? Okay. But apparently society says I'm not allowed to look like an orangutan from the waist down. I do have to admit I let it go a little bit too far. When I took off my pants, it looks like I stole a poodle from PetSmart. So anyway, so they make me get in this really weird position. Legs spread, knees up to my armpits. It looks like I was doing a porno with the Invisible Man. So she takes out this big stick, you know, and thank God she didn't tell me to open wide and say, ah. So it was really kinky. It was kind of like 50 Shades of Grey. Not the book. Not the movie. It was literally, my pubes were literally 50 Shades of Grey. And I gotta tell you, when, you know, we're all friends here, when they pulled off the wax, I farted a little. Well, actually, truth be told, I farted a lot. But it's okay, nobody heard it through my screams of pain. I'm Nancy Levine. Good night.
One more time for Nancy Levine. Nancy. All right, your next comedian comes to us from Lakewood, Ohio. Put your hands together for Tim Wolf.
Hey everybody. I'm from Lakewood, it's near Cleveland, but I lived in Chicago for a little bit. I flew into Chicago a couple years ago for a job interview at a sandwich shop. Yeah, I didn't say that wrong. I flew into Chicago. I bought a plane ticket to go try to make sandwiches professionally. I remember I was on the plane, I was like, if I don't get this job, I'm an asshole. Because I literally flew in for the interview. And that was also every answer I gave them at the interview. They were like, what's one of your strengths? I said, I flew in for this interview. What's one of your weaknesses? I flew in for this interview. You have any references? Yeah, 800-832-6352. Is Except the phone number of your previous employer, no, it's the phone number of O'Hare Airport. If you call them, they will confirm that I flew in for this interview. I was on the plane next to this guy and I was like, where are you? What are you going to Chicago for? And he was like, oh, I'm flying into Northwestern to interview for the chief of neurosurgery. And I was like, what a coincidence. I might also be wearing latex gloves soon, so we're basically the same person. I got the job though. And then I was fired a weekend because I was too bad at making sandwiches. That's a terrible word to get fired from a job, isn't it? My boss was like, it's not brain surgery, Tim. And I was like, I know you would have hired that other guy in the plane if it was. And he didn't like that I kept cutting myself. At work, not at home. He wasn't like, can you wear longer sleeves when you come in? What do you think I cut my finger on the sandwich shop? Anybody just yell it out. Meatball sub? No, it was a tape dispenser. A room full of sharp metal objects, and I cut my finger on a tape dispenser. That's like if you went to an orgy and you got herpes from the toilet seat. Who even found out you can get herpes from a toilet seat? By the way, that sounds like a lie that somebody told somebody after they gave them herpes. Some girl's like, you gave me herpes. He's like, nah, you probably got it from that shitter. That can happen. Hell yeah, it can happen. That's what happened to my sister. I have a cluster of red lesions on the tip of my penis. And no, it's cool. My girlfriend said her last boyfriend had the same thing. So apparently it's pretty common. I'm not worried about it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, sandwiches. My boss was like, why don't you talk to the customers? And I was like, because I don't talk to strangers. He was like, don't you do stand-up comedy? And I was like, yes. He goes, well, just act like you're on stage. Yeah, that's not a good idea. This guy was like, can I have the ham and cheese? And I was like, I have a cluster of red lesions on the tip of my penis. My girlfriend told me not to worry about it because her last boyfriend was the same thing. He was like, yeah, you're fired. So, I just kept going in though. You guys ever get fired, just keep showing up? I did. They didn't put me on the schedule, I just went in. They were like, what are you doing? We fired you. And I was like, well, Chicago's a progressive city. And I identify as employed. I was born unemployed, but it's always like felt employed. I can use any bathroom I want, and I choose the employee bathroom. Thank you guys very much. Have a good night.
Good luck, everybody's up. Tim Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. One more time for Tim. Vote for him on Zippy Vote. I do have a little bit of bad news. He was our final competitor of the Give a big round of applause to all the comedians that all did a fantastic job. It is going to take us just a little bit of time to calculate your guys' scores and the judges' scores to find out who's moving on to the rest of the week. But here's some good news. Got a special treat for you guys. Do you guys want one more comedian? One more comedian? This man has done 7 voices on Dragon Ball Z. Put your hands together for Mark Britton.
Where's my Dragon Ball Z fan? All right, there's 3 young people. All right, that's it. That's all right. Everybody was like, Dragon Ball Z, what's that? All right, I won't talk about Dragon Ball Z, but I did 7 voices on a cartoon for kids. And I'm sure that your younger kids watch them. I say younger, they're in their 30s now. I did the voices like in 99 to 2002.
And so now they're all like millennials, and they're all coming up to me saying, "You were the soundtrack to my childhood." And that's the weirdest thing to me, because I don't know if you watch Dragon Ball Z, but there's just a lot of yelling in it, right? One fight took like 5 episodes. They never wrapped it up, right? And so it's just a lot of yelling. I remember they told me, "Hey, try to hold this yell as long as you can during this scene right here, and when you get home, you'll see how we edited it later on." And I'm just like, okay. So I held it long. It was a long yell. "Hey, Chase, how about the purple spiral flash attack?" Break for commercial. They come back from the commercial. To be continued. Then the next week it would be like, "This week on Dragon Ball Z." So you didn't miss much, all right? And so when these millennials, they're like in their 30s now, because 20 years ago they were 11, 12, right? So they say, "You're the soundtrack to my childhood," and I say, that's really weird, because music was the soundtrack to my childhood. You know what I mean? I go around jamming the music and walking around, but apparently they're putting earbuds in and listening to which explains why they're a little high-strung. All right. In case you're wondering by looking at me, I know you're staring at these, right? I know we gotta talk about these. I'm Asian, so I kind of do a little Asian flair, because people can't tell I'm Asian. They come up and guess everything but Asian, so I grew these. And my eyes are up here, by the way, ladies. These tickle. I don't know if you know. They tickle me. I don't know what they do to you. Apparently, they tickle her from here. Apparently, I can see what they do if you allow me to, put a couple testicles on your face right there. Thank you for explaining that. That's a new joke. I thought I'd try it tonight. You want some testicles? All right. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, my beard really tickles. I'm told it makes you want to wiggle. Oh, show. All right, there's 3 TikTokers in the crowd. Man, this is an old fucking crowd, apparently. It's all right. I'm old too, so when the kids come up and say, "Hey, you watch Dragon Ball Z?" I didn't watch any of it, so sorry. All right, I just went to work and I came home and that was it. So, all right. Like I said, I am Asian. I'm half Asian, though, so maybe that's why people can't tell I'm half Asian from the waist up. My dad's black. My birth certificate says I'm cock Asian. You know what they say, once you go yellow, you never leave a fellow. 1 hour later, you still horny. Asian people don't show up to comedy clubs. I've noticed this. I figured it out my whole life. My whole Asian family doesn't have a sense of humor, because when they laugh, they can't see shit. You know what I mean? The show sounded funny. That's why if they do show up, they show up in a group. Yeah, because they have to have one designated watcher. You watch my shit, I rap. Yeah, this time I brought my cousin. Watching. Don't worry, my rich aunt will pay for all of this. My aunt is very rich. She's over there. Aunt Cha-Ching. My Aunt Cha-Ching is so rich, Her 2 sons, they never worked their whole lives. Mu-Ching and Li-Ching. Next to me is my wife and her sister, Bitching and Monet. Then, of course, my crippled brother, Ling Ping, over here. Then we have my unfunny cousin, Margaret Shaw. I'll see you now, the ninjas. I thought I was your ninja. Ninja, please. All right, oh shit, there's my boss. There's the guy who runs the show. This is Joe right here, you guys. I was just calling. Joe Bowers, the owner of the
been here. They've been coming to see me for 20,000 fucking years. Every time I come to Vegas, they come out to see me. She's really old. I'm always hoping that they're here this time, you know? They're really nice. 92. She's 92. Sorry, she can't hear. She's just peeing or something right now. I'm just kidding. She loves me. They're great. I love them. That's their son. They come out all the time. They've been coming to see me for years. It's wonderful. Very nice breast. Holy fuck. She got big tits. Let me see one. I can figure out. Just real quick, just the top part. Just look up. Are you guys ready to find out who won? In about an hour and a half, we're going to announce the winners, and then we'll. This is the 4 o'clock show. Holy shit, look at y'all coming out at 4 o'clock. Yeah. No fucks tonight. Some of you are so old, I'm afraid when we turn the lights on, someone's going to be dead in the room. So here's what's going to happen. When you leave, we're going to have another show at 6, so we need you to get the fuck out, all right? So take your shit, too. When you leave, like, if you got a cup or something, just throw it away. So you don't, like, we pay people to clean. Well, we actually do pay people. We don't need them doing all your shit. Just throw shit away and help us out. All right, let's find out who won. Thanks for coming. If you want to come back to another show this week, come on back. We got like 10 or 11, 12 more, something like that. I don't know what it is. Give it up for all the comedians that you see tonight. Keeping going with the second place comedian. Moving on to one of the shows later in the week. Let her hear it, Lisa Gilbert. First place comedian Jimmy McDermott. Jimmy McMurray. Act like you guys have the phone. Not that picture, we got a picture without the phone. Put the fucking phone down. It's all about documentation. Yeah, what the fuck? A fucking millennial piece of shit.